stuffed dragon rippled, making it appear to be moving very quickly without actually moving at all. Logan focused his attention on his breath, as he did first thing every morning. He breathed in and breathed out. With each breath, he recounted the things he was grateful for: the new day, being here to enjoy it, his parents, the factory, all the people who worked there. In, out. In, out. He matched his rhythm with the familiar hums and whirs of the candy machines powering up for the day. The sizzle of licorice root on the stove made him pause mid-inhale. Soon his mother would start scraping cinnamon bark onto the oatmeal she made each morning, and he always liked to be in the kitchen for that part.
"So, what are we going to do today?"
his dad sang outside Logan's door. "Make some candy," Logan replied automatically, his voice still scratchy.
"And why are we going to do it?"
Without waiting for Logan to answer, his father continued the chant as he did every morning.
"To make the whole world smile."
To make the whole world smile, Logan hummed to himself as he hopped out of bed to dress. All the factory workers wore white-collared shirts and tan pants. Those who worked outdoors wore shorts. Logan didn't officially work for the factory yet, but he wouldn't think of wearing anything but the official uniform during the day. Plus, all his play clothes were in piles on the floor. Truth be told, most things in Logan's room were in piles on the floor. His parents had long since given up asking him to clean it. Who could spend time cleaning when there were so many exciting things to do right outside the door? To his surprise, he heard his mother beginning to scrape the cinnamon bark already. He turned to look at the clock on his desk. They usually didn't eat breakfast for another half hour. Then his breath caught in his throat. The other contestants in the Confectionery Association's annual new candy contest would be arriving any minute. How could he have forgotten? But even as he asked himself that question, he knew the answer. Having 3 other kids spend 2 whole days at the Life is Sweet candy factory was so out of the ordinary, so different from his usual routine, that he hadn't really believed it would ever happen. Their factory had never hosted any contestants before, and this year he was finally competing himself. The only problem was that Logan didn't have much experience with other kids. Sure, he played Name That Cloud on the lawn with the workers' kids sometimes, but most of them were much younger. The factory's annual picnic used to bring people from all over Spring Haven to the grounds, but it had been so long since the factory held a picnic that he barely remembered them. Every time he asked his parents why they'd stopped holding picnics, their answers were always vague. Too busy, too hard to control the crowd, that sort of thing. Eventually, he just stopped asking. Up till now, his life's steady routine hadn't wavered much. His only outings were short trips into town to visit the local candy shops, an occasional checkup at the doctor or dentist, and the family's annual trip to the Confectionery Association's convention. Not that daily life at the factory didn't bring surprises. It did. Every day. But he usually knew what to expect. A candy machine that had ground to a halt, a clogged irrigation tunnel on the farm, the labels for the pink Sour Fingers getting stuck on the blue Sour Fingers container, or some other issue that could usually be fixed with a squirt or 2 of oil. If only making friends were as easy. He raced into the bathroom to perform the quickest face-washing, toothbrushing in recorded history. He reached for his rarely used comb, only to watch it slip right through his fingers. He was used to dropping things. A career as a ball player was not in his future. Holding the comb firmly this time, he ran it through his shaggy hair, wincing as he encountered a knot. With his father's olive skin and his mother's wheat-colored hair, Logan resembled no one else he'd ever seen. He didn't look in the mirror very often, but when he did, he was always surprised to see he'd gotten older. He arrived in the kitchen, sliding the last 10 feet in his socks.